Hey guys, I'm Ryan from Contender Bicycles. We're here to talk about the new Cervelo R5. This is the second road bike launched by Cervelo this year. The S5 earlier, and now the new R5. Yeah, so the R5 is definitely designed to be a climbing bike. It's a 650 gram frame, whereas the S5 is built a little more around aerodynamics. There's 5 builds. There's a red 1x build and then the red 2x build, which is what this one is. And then sticking in the SRAM lineup, there's the Force build and then also the Shimano Dura-Ace and Ultegra build. One of the things I love about these bikes is they all come with the Reserve 34, 37 wheels. So it's a wheel that's, really light, but still has some aerodynamic properties. And then really good hubs. The Ultegra and Force build have the 240 hubs from DT Swiss. And then the higher end builds have the 180 hubs, which have ceramic bearings. All of the bikes have Cervelo's new one-piece cockpit. It's a pretty easy to work with cockpit in that world. And the Cervelo offers a 30-day exchange. So if you don't know your exact fit when you build the bike, then there's a workaround. That's really awesome. The R5 is available in 6 sizes from 48 clear up to 61. It's a 650 gram frame, and this particular build, I think, is just around 13.5 pounds without the pedals. So what are the differences between the new R5 and the previous R5? Again, some pretty small changes, but this new R5 is 75 grams lighter for the frame and fork than the previous model. One thing I really like about this bike, throwback to the old Gerard Vrooman days of Cervelo, is the pencil stays. So really thin stays. They're actually under the UCI limit of 10 millimeter pre-paint, and the paint takes them up to spec. So typically that just makes for an awesome ride quality, especially for lighter riders. Like everything now, it's got the addition of UDH, so that's an awesome upgrade. It allows you to run the 1x drivetrains and just have a derailleur hanger that's out there everywhere. Still 34 mil tire clearance, which is, in my opinion, plenty for a really high-end road bike. I rode this bike last night on some not so great roads with the 26 mil tires, and I was wishing I had the 30s on it. So it's really nice to be able to fine-tune the ride through tire pressure and volume. All right, so like in the S5, we have a few geometry tweaks over the previous models. Basically, Cervelo is trying to replicate the fit that's achievable on the S5. So we have a little bit longer reach, a little bit less stack, and that's gonna make the fit elements exactly like the new S5. It also has a little steeper seat angle, kind of to keep in trend with the longer and lower front ends that you're seeing on some of these bikes. All right, so I was lucky enough to have a chance to go out on this bike last night. I had the previous R5 in a 54, so I was pretty sure this was the right size for me. I didn't get a chance to really tweak it to my fit, but I went out and did the local climb. Had a really great ride. I've also been riding the S5, so it's nice to see the differences. The one thing I noticed about this bike is it just wants to go uphill. It's real lively and snappy, I think would be the 2 best kind of words to describe how it rides. Really like that. And also coming back down, it descended really well. I was riding on some kind of more rough roads and the 26 tires. It still felt like a really great ride. I definitely would like to go back out on maybe the 30s and see how that works. All right, so who is the R5 for? I would say that the R5 is just gonna be a great bike for anybody who's doing, moderate to extensive amounts of climbing. Doesn't mean it's a bad bike on the flat roads. It definitely shines on the climbs because it's light and just the ride quality that Cervelo's built into the bike. We're lucky to have, a bunch of competition for this bike in our store. Scott Addict RC, which is new this year, the Orbea Orca, and also brand new is the BMC Team Machine SLR01. Really feel like they're all great bikes. They're all, 650 to 725 gram bikes, so they all end up building into a really light bike at 13.5 pounds. It's definitely a bike that's gonna treat all the climbers really well. So out of those bikes, which one's the best? I mean, they're all great bikes. I always use the analogy, it's like 4 World Cup slalom skis. They're all designed to do the same thing, and they all can do it all really well. Some of the factors I would consider is like, which cockpit do you like the most? Or, maybe how the seat post and the seat binder work. Everybody has a different ideal there. So they're great bikes. Aesthetics is a key one too for me. So I really like the traditional lines of this bike. Yeah, it has some modern shaping, but in general, from 20 feet away, it looks like a kind of a traditional road bike. So I really like that. So the Cervelo R5, this bike is a really great choice for the rider who loves to climb, maybe even more than they like to descend. And it should be on the short list for people looking for a great, just do it all lightweight bike. Thanks for watching. The Cervelo R5 is in stock now, or it's available on our website. Stop by and check it out.